friends! We are living in a new golden age of superhero media, specifically in the movies. I love these movies, even the bad ones like Justice League. Within the past 10 years, we have seen a whole slew of new superhero movies breaking records and winning over audiences all across the world. In bringing our favorite comic book crusaders to the big screen, we get to see our heroes represented in one of the best artistic mediums for storytelling in history. Realistic video filming enhanced with beautiful digital editing and overlaid with epic music. This is the kind of thing that was literally unimaginable more than 100 years ago. On top of that, we are now also getting to see a whole slew of great female superhero characters represented well on the big screen and making their own impact. Which, of course, is one of my favorite things of all time, both as a fan and as a writer. When I walked out of the theater after seeing Wonder Woman, now almost 2 years ago, I felt unstoppable. Last year, Black Panther gave us one of the best near all-female ensembles that we've seen on screen yet, with a huge range of different quote-unquote strong female characters. And now, just a few weeks ago, we've witnessed the first female-led Marvel Cinematic Universe movie in Captain Marvel. Now, after having seen all of these films, I noticed that all my favorite female superheroes have their own very distinctive superhero walk. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. We're going to do a little bit of a compare and contrast analysis between 3 of the different superhero walks that stood out to be the most: Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel, and Valkyrie from Thor Ragnarok. For a control element in our little experiment, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my walk. I'm usually pretty laid back and comfortable. I've never known battle, so my first world perspective is definitely visible here. But after years of marching band, you can see that my stride is efficient. I may not even be 5.5 feet tall, but I don't have trouble keeping up with someone who's 6 feet or over when I'm walking my 8 to 5 steps right in time. Generally speaking, my walk is typical, unencumbered, and efficient enough to get the job done. Now let's take a look at the trailblazing icon herself, Wonder Woman. Now, if you know anything about Diana's character, you can see that every inch of her motivation is in her walk. Whether she's walking to the front lines of the battle to confront evil at its source, or crossing no man's land in a hailstorm of bullets, she is all about her righteous purpose to end all war and restore peace and love to the hearts of mankind. When you're walking like Wonder Woman, your shoulders are up and back, your chin is pointed slightly down, and each stride is as powerful as the Princess of Themyscira herself. It's such an intense gait that it's almost painful to walk that way for too long if you're not used to it. Wonder Woman's superhero walk is powerful, purposeful, and determined. Next up, we're going to analyze Captain Marvel. This analysis doesn't really contain anything that you wouldn't see from watching the trailer, so if you haven't seen it yet, you're gonna be okay. But go see it, because it's really good. The thing that struck me most about Carol's walk is that she's much more laid back than Wonder Woman, but just as powerful. In fact, she reminds me vividly of Johnny Bravo.
Ha! Oh yeah. If being a hunk is wrong, then I don't want to be right.
Brie Larson got in such good shape for this role that she did a lot of her own stunts in the movie. And that's exactly how she walks. Shoulders up and arms out to show off that muscle mass, strong foundation, and yet with all the attitude of a chill bodybuilder. In some of the best scenes of the movie in which she does her superhero walk, she's got a cute little smirk on her face, like she knows she's the strongest hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Definitely the vibe of a 90s fighter pilot. Captain Marvel's superhero walk is the perfect combination of 100% grade A beefcake, calmly assertive, and just a little smug. For our last analysis, we're going to take a look at Valkyrie from the movie Thor Ragnarok. You might be asking, why her and not one of the other great female superhero characters that we've seen lately? And I'll tell you, because she's just about as powerful as our other leading ladies, but in a very different way. A little backstory before we get into this analysis. In the movie and in Norse mythology, the Valkyrie are actually a team of powerful warrior women who work together for the good of the people of Asgard. However, in Thor Ragnarok, we find out that nearly all of the Valkyrie were wiped out by Hela, the long-lost sister of Thor and Loki. The last member of the Valkyrie ran away from the battle and spent her days drinking away her sorrows on a trash planet far, far away. This influences her superhero walk enormously by the time we see it for the first time in the final battle of the movie. In fact, her entire story arc can be seen in her walk. How she overcame the shame and regret she felt, how she's back to doing what she was trained to do, how she revels in feeling the full range of her powers in use once again. Add all of that on top of her natural character baseline of, I don't care what anyone thinks because I know I'm awesome, and you get one killer superhero walk. She's got her shoulders back and down, hips out, arms swinging, and her power is ready to strike at any moment. Valkyrie's superhero walk is provocative, rebellious, and confident. And maybe a little drunk. Hey, those flaws are what make these characters great. So how do you walk when you're feeling superheroic? Is it anything like what we've seen here? What does it say about your character? How have you seen the superhero walk employed for other characters? Let me know in the comments below. And the next time you're out walking somewhere, take a moment to stop and think about how awesome you are and see how it changes the way you hold yourself. You might just be surprised. See you next week, super friends!